Marketing and Publicity Coordinator Jessica Goodrich, and Managing Director Paul Pfeiffer. Hi, Jessica. Paul.
Hi, Bart.
Good to see you.
Great to see you too.
Spring has sprung?
Yes, yeah. We
Yes, nice.
really are seeing spring this week, inside our conservatory and outside as well, which is a bonus. We launched our spring flower show this past Friday with a member preview, and then first day open to the public was this past Saturday. We're open through the 23rd, and we are heading towards peak quickly with these warm temperatures and the sunshine that we're seeing. The flowers are loving it and the blooms are all coming out. We brought some examples here with us. We're open Tuesdays and Sundays 10 to 4, and members are always free, and otherwise anyone can come just for the price of our regular admission. But it's just always a good mood enhancer to come visit us during this time.
Cool. And on the weekends, you jazz it up a little bit?
Yes, we have the mobile sidebar coming out on the weekends, and they offer specialty like coffee drinks. They also have some different types of lemonades and things like that, and people have been enjoying having them there too, and there they are.
Oh, cool.
It's very cute to show up and see them right in front of our visitor center. So we've been saying, what's better than coffee and flowers? So.
Well, it sure looks and smells like spring here. Now, are these all in the greenhouse? Are they outside?
Yes, so
nothing
it's
outside yet.
Nothing outside
Yeah.
yet. I mean, we're starting to see little leaves poking up, but inside the conservatory, the flower show is specifically in our temperate house. But we have the 3 biomes: the temperate house, the arid dome, and our tropical house. And there's other great things to see within there too. We have lots of orchids in bloom in our tropical house.
Well, you weren't closed all winter. It's year round, and you
Yep.
had, I know, a few events. I know we were part of a couple of them. How did everything survive the winter?
Oh, great. Last time I was in, I think I was promoting our Fall Foliage Festival, which, really exceeded our expectations. You can see we had a lot of overflow parking. Almost 2,500 people came to see us that day, and the weather was just gorgeous, and the fall colors cooperated really well. It was really exciting to see people coming out and supporting us and just enjoying our grounds, which is all part of our mission. And then following that, we had our Under the Silver Moon event, which has been brand new last year. This was second annual, and we were excited that we sold out again, and it's just a beautiful event and unique opportunity to come out and explore the grounds in the evening hours. So, and then most recently we had our Sunrise Watch in February, which is also a unique event because you can come into the grounds before we open and watch the sunrise. And we have our helpful groundhog, Mr. Harry Fee, who predicted an early spring in contrast to Punxsutawney Phil. So we think that our groundhog was proving to be right.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
All right, well, you keep that groundhog. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that we got it early. And it feels like, he might have been right. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, a lot of going on. You've got something all the time. And I know you participate, or you encourage participation, community participation. You've got opportunities for people to be members,
Yep.
contribute. You've got some fundraising goals and projects coming up.
So this Sunday, we're hosting our annual volunteer fair, which is a great time to come out and meet our staff, our other volunteers. It'll be hosted in our visitor center, and it's a good excuse to come out and see the spring flower show at the same time. But we're specifically looking for people interested in helping at the Skywalk. We have a new volunteer position called HLG Ambassador, who will be sitting answering questions inside the conservatory. And then of course we always need help with tending our garden spaces. So there's a lot of different opportunities, and it can be a big commitment, a small commitment. We have something to fit everyone's needs there. And beyond that, our huge news right now is we're running this special brick campaign. We're asking supporters of Hidden Lake Gardens if they'd like to leave their legacy. We've always offered bricks, engraved bricks in our gazebo garden, but this is a brand new space where we're offering engraved bricks inside the temperate house of our conservatory. And it's a special offer, $199 until May 31st, and then the price will go up to $250. So we're hoping to, We have a limited amount of bricks, and we're hoping to get all those sold before May 31st. And it can be individuals, organizations, businesses. Great opportunity to commemorate a special occasion. Anything else to add, Paul, to that? I know there's a lot going on.
Yeah, well, the brick project is important because we have this brick square area in the middle of the flower show right now. It's in the middle of the Temperate House. And it had been put in probably over 20 years ago and had settled, became very uneven and became somewhat treacherous for volunteer staff, but most part for visitors. So we've tried to level it out, and so the engraved bricks are taking the place of the old bricks to really level that out and make it a really nice attraction for not just the bulb show in the Temperate House, but year-round in the Temperate House.
So were there like sponsors on those old bricks?
There could be. So you can have your own personal message. You can put your business name on there. You can make a proposal if you wanted to. So there's all kinds of different phrases and inscriptions in our gazebo garden. So we're anxious to kind of see what we might get here on the in the Temperate House in that.
You know what today
area.
is? Today is promposal day. So
Oh.
maybe some enterprising high school kid
Yeah.
could make arrangements
Really
to.
make a mark.
Yeah. But I think, well, maybe the ship sailed on that. Maybe for next year.
Sure, sure.
Get the brick, get it installed, and then next year you.
Be all set. Yeah.
All right, we'll see if anybody takes my idea. No charge. I was proud of myself because you brought plants, and I correctly identified all three, and they're pretty easy. Obviously, these are both tulips, right? But I thought this one was a little challenging because they're small. They're daffodils. Are they like baby daffodils?
They are. They're actually what I would call an early daffodil. So most daffodils bloom sometime in April, but there's a set of early daffodils, and these are actually called tete-a-tete. And they're shorter, smaller flowers. They're the first daffodils to bloom each year. They're a little bit easier to force into bloom in a greenhouse or in your house. So we do a lot of those. But if you come to the flower show, you see we have many, many other daffodils as well.
Yeah, these are. Well, you have to plan ahead with these. You got to plant them in the fall.
Yes, usually you plant them in the fall in your garden, and they need a cold period. The bulbs actually need to go through a cold period to induce the flower bud to bloom the following spring. So it's you're planting half a year ahead for the.
I
for the
just know
blooms.
nothing about gardening, but luckily you guys have workshops and seminars and classes, and you've got one coming up
Yep.
called Work Smarter.
Not harder. Yeah, this should be a fun one. We expect a lot of the public might come out for this and just learn some new techniques for, this is April 8th, Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. And it's one of our volunteers, Jean Matthews, hosting this. It should be good information for people who want to learn how to not hurt themselves when they're out gardening. So.
The easy way to be a gardener: work smarter, not harder.
That's correct.
You guys have made tremendous strides in the last several years. We are just observing today the 5th anniversary of COVID. Imagine all that
Yeah.
you've survived
Yes.
as a public attraction, but with major construction. I would say hats off to everyone at HLG.
Thank you.
But you've got the future too, and you continue to make plans, and you've got I think a master plan and strategic planning process underway through 2025, Paul?
Yeah, Bert, that's correct. We've started a strategic planning process internally, and we are partnering with the Smith Group to take us through a master planning process. So the strategic plan will really kind of get us through the next few years as far as programming and staffing and things like that. The master plan, we're looking at about a 25-year overall master plan. It's been many, many years since Hidden Lake Gardens has created any kind of long-term master plan. And so we're really looking at our 100-year anniversary next year.
No kidding.
From when
100
Harry
years?
Fee started Hidden Lake Gardens. So it's a perfect time to think about the next 100 years, or at least the next 25 years, as we are. But we have aging infrastructure. We always have had a challenged budget and finances. The way the funding is set up to run the gardens, it's all on endowments. So we would get very, very little operational support from MSU. We really run off of the investments of all these endowments that we have. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not so good. So we really need to be forward thinking about staffing, financing, our overall budget, accessibility. With the Skywalk opening, we have a whole new set of visitors coming to the gardens. And while that is wonderful, it's also proven that we need to anticipate and expect a broader audience of different abilities and some limitations, because they want to get out in the woods and see the Skywalk too. So we really need to think long term about parking, accessibility, improving our structures, what to replace, what to restore, all those kinds of things.
Amazing. 100 years next year. So you're going to have a big party? Have you rented the tent yet?
Not yet.
Not yet,
We'll get
so.
there. All part of that planning process. So.
A lot of opportunities to see all the beauty of Hidden Lake Gardens and also get educated. So once again, let's go through what is happening right now. We've got the garden show.
The Spring Flower Show, yep, make
Okay.
sure to come out and see that. It's a must-see. And then we have our volunteer fair this Sunday, and we expect the flower show to be peaking over the weekend.
Okay.
And it will still be beautiful through that last week, too. And then we're really trying to push the Sprick campaign, because that will be a huge help. That is something that is outside of our operating budget, putting in the Sprick area, so it's a great opportunity to support Hidden Lake Gardens and have your name there to show that you're a supporter of Hidden Lake Gardens. And I know,
Or your prom proposal.
yes,
Yes.
or marriage. We do get a lot of marriage
Marriage.
proposals out there too.
Do people really, they come in
Yeah,
to do the marriage
yes,
proposal?
yep. Yeah, sometimes it's planned with a photographer, sometimes it's just completely on a whim.
Cool.
So-
Well, it's a great setting for that. Great to see you both. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bart. Really appreciate it.
You bet. Managing Director Paul Pfeiffer and Marketing and Publicity Coordinator Jessica Goodrich from Hidden Lake Gardens.